Hey, what's up? I'm Ga, and today we are in Guardian Tales. I'm coming at you with a how to get started in Guardian Tales video for some new players, some beginners. This game has been out for a while now. It's coming up on its 2-year anniversary, but because of that, I think this is a great time to get started in this game. We're going to have some nice goodies for the 2nd-year anniversary that'll kind of help put you on the right path for your account. I just wanted to kind of help you guys out, give you some pointers, some tips and tricks on how to get things started. So it's been a while since I've started fresh in this game, about a year to be accurate. So I don't know exactly what's going to be available to you when you start this game, but I do have some advice, regardless of the packs or banner or whatever that's available, whenever you decide to start. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into that real quick. So the first thing you want to do after the opening tutorial and the opening cutscene and all that stuff, you are going to want to play the story. The majority of your time in the early game is going to be the solo experience. So for that reason, you shouldn't feel like you need to catch up, or like that you're really far behind, or whatever. Like, there's no rush. There's no rush whatsoever. If you saw my video on why Guardian Tales is my favorite game, you know that this game can be played entirely as a solo experience. Like, you don't need to interact with any other player whatsoever, but that content is available and it improves the game, and it will be still there when you're ready to go for it. So, like I said, first thing you want to do is you want to complete normal mode, or get as far as you can. Without even touching the gacha system, with just the free characters you're given along the way, you should be able to clear up to World 9. So, just do that. Make sure that, you're using the best weapons you find along the way, and there's definitely going to be some helpful characters that you can use on your team for the very early game in Season 1 of the story, and I'm going to touch on those just real quick. They're all going to be, 2-star characters. So let me scroll down there, and okay, so the first one is obviously going to be your main character, not this dog. Your main character, the knight. They're going to be great for pretty much the entire early game. Next up, Karina is a character you are going to be getting incredibly early. I think she shows up in like chapter 1. You can pick her up. But you just got to do her little side quest, and boom, you got a character here. She is essentially a DPS healer. Her damage is based on the her healing, is based on the damage she does. She does not have a healing stat, so if you want her to heal more, you need her to do more damage. So yeah, she is a ranged DPS healer. She is definitely very helpful in the early game. I used her on my team all the way through Season 1. So she's fantastic. Lorraine is also another healer style character. So if you find yourself needing more healing, Lorraine's got another healer option there for you. Aoba is another healer that you can pick up fairly early into the game. Coco, you get her towards the end of Season 1, but she's fantastic. She is a ranged character that reduces defense, so if you wanted to do more damage and you need a ranged character, Coco is great for that in the early game as well. And then Craig. Craig is fantastic in his ascended form, which is this one you see right here. where he's got the little green stars. He is the best tank in the game. But even before that, he's going to be a fantastic tank for you in the early game. Definitely a character worth having. Akiyuki, especially in the early game, is a fantastic melee DPS character. She's going to provide your team with the all-valuable crit rate team buff, as well as, just being a fairly just generic melee DPS. She's pretty solid for the early game as well. And then, probably my favorite character, Yuze. So, I used Yuze a ton in my early game. So she basically is a bruiser. She can take a hit. She reduces enemy attack so that the rest of your team can take a hit. And she has a little bit of healing if you have her exclusive weapon. With her weapon skill, she can heal. So she's very good at that. And those are more or less the characters I recommend for the early game. Now, you can pretty much use any of the free characters you get from the story and, clear up to Chapter 9. So it's really, whoever you want to use. But if you are prepping your account for the future, then I would heavily recommend investing in Craig. He is going to be someone that you're going to use on your account even into the late game, especially once you get him fully built and ascended. Karina is another one of those characters. She's just fantastic all around. Very, very good. You're probably going to end up using her well into the late game as well. So if you're looking to set up your account in the early game for the late game, I can't recommend Craig and Karina enough. So that said, make sure you pay attention up here to the World Clear Pass. You're going to get a bunch of goodies as you start to clear the game's content, and this is why I recommend doing story mode first, just so you can get all these extra goodies, extra resources and rewards. And by the time you clear World 9, which I said was possible with free-to-play characters you get, just going through the game, once you clear World 9, you will get a free Future Princess. So let's go ahead and take a look at her real quick. Now, Future Princess is amazing. She, for the longest time, was considered the best character in the game, right up until Camille came out. And there's very good reason for that. So, based on whether or not she's holding a shield, she can either be melee or ranged attacker. She has a taunt, so she can keep enemies off of your ranged attackers. She also provides your team with a shield. She has healing with her exclusive weapon and her chain skill. And she increases her attacking speed and reduces her weapon skill regen speed. So it means you're going to be able to attack faster and spam your weapon skill more often. She is a fantastic character as a lead, someone that you might want to consider controlling. And, just going complete free-to-play, not even touching the gacha, right off the bat, the three characters I recommend the most are going to be Future Princess, once you clear World 9, Craig, and Karina. And those three characters will probably even carry you through the rest of story mode, depending on who your fourth character is. They're just that good. Definitely recommend investing into those characters. But, the early game is all about the story. And the story is really good, so you definitely want to do it and pay attention to it, because it is one of my favorite stories in games in general that I have played. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do while you're doing the story is take care of your Heavenhold town and city here. Just build your structures, level them up, and make sure you also get your Sky Garden going. So your Sky Garden here is going to increase how much of these little heart points over here that you can carry, and those are going to be used in this shop. You can put these structures wherever you want. I just happen to have mine here. So every day this shop updates, and you can use heart points for that. You also need heart points to level up your structures. And the next one you definitely want to start working on as soon as possible is your Tower of Strength. So your Tower of Strength is going to give every character on your account 10% attack. It's very good, very important to get that going early, as well as the Hero Statue Square. So what this is going to do is it's going to increase how often these little townspeople visit your Heavenhold area, and that just means more heart points. Now, the last main structure you want to get is the Tower of Will. The Tower of Will increases HP by 10% for every character on your account, and that's also going to be very good. Definitely try to get as many early game stats as you can, and level up your Guardian base camp. Doing this is going to, I believe it just gives you more stats, right? Yeah, so it increases your Guardian level. You're going to get almost 40% attack, about 10% defense, and 10% HP. Those 4 structures, plus your base camp, are where most of your early game stats are going to come from, and getting them maxed out quickly is going to be highly beneficial to your account. So while you're doing story mode, while you're working on your base camp and your Heavenhold town area, you want to be collecting. So if you look at the heroes, for all the heroes you have and have built, you get stat bonuses for that. And items. This one is probably the most important one in my opinion. So a lot of people don't know about this. They just sell and dismantle whatever weapons they're not using, which is not good. You want to hold on to stuff until you have this little blue mark right here, right above the weapon, and then at that point you're free to do whatever you want. But once you have this little blue mark on the weapons box, that means you have all available bonus stats for that weapon, and you want to really flesh your collection out. So even for like these low rarity, low power weapons, you're gonna want to get them up to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, whatever stars they can go up to, so you can get the collection bonuses for that. So I went and did all of these. It does cost quite a bit of gold. It takes a little bit of time, but just save and you'll get there eventually. And now any character that I have that has a sword gets another 10% attack. You know, same thing with the two-handed swords, the rifles, the bows, the baskets. Just make sure you're collecting all the weapons, you're upgrading them to max rarity, so you can really benefit on those stats. Now, the collection bonuses are a little bit, they'll take you a little bit longer, but this is another reason why you want to save and collect all the weapons and gear. So let's say this one right here, Master Swordsman bonus. Let's say you had this weapon, and you got it to 5-star, and you got the one-handed sword stats for that, and you're like, oh, I can dismantle this now. Well, no, keep it, get all the rest of these swords, and then you'll get another collection bonus, and you can just start adding up stats to your characters. More often than not, your collection bonus stats are going to mean more than your individual weapon or accessory stats. So these are incredibly important. Like, even if, you know, you're using like a low tier weapon, but you have a ton of collection stats, like, you'll still be doing pretty solid damage. So don't ignore the collection bonuses. Don't throw anything away. Even if you're desperate for gold, just hold on to it. Be patient, so you can get all these juicy stat bonuses. And eventually, there is a statue right here that you can unlock to get another free character. Over here, there is this lottery machine, which you can unlock to get a free weapon. The orbital lift, you just kind of, you know, progress as you go. Eventually, you will unlock the world exploration ship, and you're gonna kind of want to try to keep up with this because you get a bunch of good items from here. And as far as upgrading characters goes, prioritize one character, one single character, get them to max rarity. Like, let's take a look at Yuze here. Game's lagging a little bit, I apologize about that, but make sure you can get them to max limit break, max hero evolution, max awakening. You only have to do that for one character right now. It's something to work towards in the early game. I know it seems kind of daunting, but you will get there a lot faster than you might think. And once you have that, and once you have a weapon fully maxed out, and an accessory fully maxed out, you can come down here to the training room. You can stick another character, another weapon, another accessory, and out of nowhere, your team's power just doubled. Because what this training room does, even if you put a level 1 character, a level 1 accessory, a level 1 weapon, it will completely max them out. Now, I'm going to show you. This is Rei. She's got this earth sword and this accessory, and it's going to be noted that they are in fact in the training room. If you scroll down here, keep looking on the right. Oh wait, she's already in my party. Okay, so you saw up here where it said training in session. She is 92 out of 92. But if I were to take her out of the training room, she's like level 1 and she has nothing invested into her whatsoever. Same thing with this weapon here. It is in the training room. I do not have this max limit broken. It just gets completely maxed out just for being in the training room, and that's a free and easy way to increase the power of your team and your account. Alright, and eventually at some point when you feel comfortable doing so, feel free to join a guild. There's a lot of guild activities such as raid, meteor excavation, and the like. You will get quite a good amount of materials each week from participating with your guild, and gems and all that good stuff. So definitely do that. And if you're ever bored, if you come up here, there is this this little arcade machine where you can play some mini games. And for early game PvP, you know, just don't worry about it. Like, do it, yeah, because there's a daily mission to do it, and you know, do the best that you can. But don't be discouraged about your results, because like I said, this game has been out for almost 2 years now, and there's definitely a lot of powerful people in PvP. So just really in the early game, focus on the story, focus on Heavenhold, and focus on trying to get one character to max, collect all the weapons, and then you'll be good to go in the long run. I'm thinking about doing a accessory guide. I kind of covered a little bit of it on my Mirror Rift video, but if you guys have any questions about equipment, whether it be like weapons, accessories, artifacts, anything like that, definitely leave a comment. I'll think about doing a video for character equipment, how to gear your character, how to you know, build them for any kind of content like raid or PvP. That could definitely be some future content. Just let me know what you guys think, and you know, definitely give Guardian Tales a shot. It's you know, kind of an older game now, but it still has its charm. It still has its value. It's still a fantastic game, even for new players right now. If you wanted to start right now, there is literally no downside to it. Especially with the anniversary coming up, you're just going to get even more good stuff. So definitely give it a shot. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section down below. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video.